welcome back to another 1/6 scale MCU unboxing and review. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Black Panther original suit from the first Black Panther film. So first off, right in front of us, we have here the art box. I do love how they actually did this. I love all of the different pattern designs, the Wakanda language on the circular thing in the background with him, and then you have the movie logo itself. I mean, Hot Toys did a really amazing job with the packaging here. And again, this is, like a really good figure, in my opinion. And then obviously on the side here, we also have the different pattern for the suit as well. So we have the necklace here, right? You have all these different patterns. You have all the, the jungle, like all the what do you call it? The foliage, and the background there as well. And then back here, we have all of your, legal information. And then we also, again, have the, Black Panther, necklace here. And obviously, I just want to mention, I do love how they start putting this like Disney logo sticker in the back, because obviously, Marvel owns, Disney owns Marvel now. So that's also pretty cool. So, this is a kind of like a authentication that this is a Disney product, obviously. And then obviously here, same thing again. But yeah, guys, just want to make sure, do kind of like a memoriam to Chadwick Boseman, R.IP to a great actor that we lost tremendously. He to all of his friends and family, I know the world has lost a really great actor and also a very loving and kind person. So I just want to mention that, so this will have a lot of like sentimental value, I guess, to a lot of MCU fans. Me especially, because I loved the Black Panther film. I love the actor. He was great in other films as well. But I think this is the movie that shot the actor to stardom. So again, R.I.P. Love you, Chadwick Boseman. You're an amazing person. So, just want to put that out there, guys. So right now we're just gonna, dive right into the figure itself. So we're gonna lift off the box here. All right. So first impression, guys. I will have to say, on this slip cover here, I think this is pretty dope. Like, look at this, like the scratch marks here of the Black Panthers, like, the vibranium scratch marks in the wall. And now out the back, you have Wakanda. And then you have the giant, stone panther that was in the film that overlooks Wakanda. So it's just kind of like a shadow of that in the front. I think that's pretty cool as well. So now we're going to lift this off. And yeah, there you go. There's the figure. So now we're gonna take everything out of the box. So we'll do that as well. So this is super cool. So this is gonna go into my Infinity War and Endgame display, because come on, guys. Yes, I know this suit technically wasn't in Endgame or Infinity War, but hey, it's the OG suit. It's badass. I think this will fit into any MCU display. So, we're gonna do that, obviously. So, let's take a look at the figure itself. I would say, whoa, first impressions, guys. This is pretty badass. Like, just look at the suit. Like, wow. Like, I don't have the original one that came out from Civil War, like, years ago, but this is pretty cool, guys. This is pretty dope. Like, I love the body proportion, everything. All the patterns here, guys, you can see on its suit itself. I think that's pretty, badass. Like, it's really well done. And he's pretty hefty as well. So, that's pretty cool. So, guys, can't not wait to dive into the figure itself. But first of all, we're also going to get the rest of the accessory out of the box. We'll dive right into it. All right, here we go. All right, guys, so here we have all the accessories laid out in front of us. Now, before I dive right in, I just want to say that if you guys like the content I'm creating, please like and subscribe to my channel. And also, if you guys wondering where I got the OG Black Panther suit from, I did get this one from Sideshow. So if you guys are interested, I will leave a referral link down below in the description. All right. Now, first of all, we're going to start off with the display base. So here we have your regular hexagonal. Oh my gosh. Wordplay today. It's just not with me, guys. All right. We have the display base here. I do love the kind of like a sheen, kind of like a look to it here. I do love all the Wakandan language that's around the entire base itself. And then obviously you have the movie logo here, and there's a little bit of a shine to it on the base itself here. And then around here we have the Black Panther nameplate. And I do like how they did this kind of like a pattern around the name, so it gives it more of a kind of like a depth look to it instead of just just a regular name planted across the base. And obviously here we also have your regular crotch grabber. Now I do want to say, like, this head sculpt, yes, it looks like Chadwick Boseman. To me, in my opinion, I think it's really well done. I love how the skin texture, the beard, and everything else is sculpted really well. So I think Hot Toys did a really good job in this one. So I don't have the first one to compare with, but I say, guys, first impression, that is T'Challa, right? Like that is Black Panther right there. So, and then obviously we also have the ceremonial helmet that he does use in the first movie to challenge, or actually to fight Killmonger. Obviously Killmonger challenges him to a fight without all the powers. You guys don't know how that goes. Obviously he loses, but yeah, this is a really cool ceremonial helmet. So you can use this helmet on this head sculpt. But guys, I will caution that if you are putting this on, you do be careful, because when I looked at this helmet itself, there's not a lot of padding in the front here. They only have it on the strap here. So when you are putting on the helmet itself, do be careful, because you do not want to scratch the paint work on the head sculpt itself. So I'm gonna put it on for you guys here, show you how it looks like. So it does fit, but you're just giving it as if I didn't really put it in properly. But yeah, there you go. You can see, you're supposed to see the eyes, but I didn't really want to push it in there because I didn't want to scratch up the paintwork. So we're just gonna take this guy back out. There you go. So you can use a helmet, which I won't be, but I think it's a really cool kind of like a proximity display piece in your Black Panther display. And obviously here we also have the ceremonial shield, which doesn't make sense. I don't know why they give us a ceremonial accessories with a figure that doesn't have the ceremonial outfit on. But I guess it is the OG suit, so I guess it kind of like what Hot Toys did here was they kind of want to give us a kind of like a nod of the character and how he actually became Black Panther. So I mean, if you do want to use this with your figure, you can. I'm not going to be, because it's just not accurate to the suit itself, right? But here we have all this texturing. Here is just a flat silver paint that makes it look like silver on the supposedly metal pole here. And obviously the strap just goes on a bicep, and then the arm goes through here. And then this is supposed to look like fur, but to me it just looks really flat. Aside from this metallic silver here that they did give a little bit of shading, but other than that, I mean, it looks really well done. The white speck of the whites on the side supposed to make it look like animal fur, but fur, if you're going to sculpt this, it's supposed to be more fine in detail. But this one, I think they just is a little bit more chonky, or in my opinion. So I mean, there you go. You have your shield, and then here we also have the ceremonial fighting spirit that he does use against Killmonger in the film. So now they did do a little bit more shading on the metal here for the spear. They also did a more shading here that you guys can see on the handle itself. And then I love the gold accents on the handle. And then here we have like this kind of like a feather, kind of like a thing going on, and then they did do some shading here for the feathers as well, as you guys can see. So that's really well done. I do like the spear. Again, does not go with the suit, but I mean, you guys, if you guys want to use it with a suit, you can. So we have one hand holding the spear, so we're going to give us one hand for the spear holding. Obviously, to give us a pair of the fists, and they also give us two kind of like same kind of like gesturing hands. So one again here without the claws coming out. So this is just your basic, your hands. I like all the mesh stuff that they did here on the hands. That's really well done. It's very detailed. And then the palm of the hands itself is really well done too. And then the silver touch, the accents on the fingers where the claw's supposed to come out, like that's really badass. I think that's really also well done. And then obviously here we have the same pair of gesturing hands, but these ones do have the claws out. So I do want to mention, guys, these are kind of prickly. I mean, for plastic, I know they're not supposed to, but when you're putting it on the figure, do be careful. You don't want to prick yourself. And also you don't want to damage your claws as well. I mean, these are kind of like almost soft rubbery plastic bits, but again, like they could when you're putting it in, do be careful. And the depth of the wrist peg there where it pegs in is not very deep, so when you put it in again, do be careful, guys. So yeah, there you go, a pair of claw hands, non-claw hands, one hand, one spear holding hand, and a pair of fists, and then that's it. All right, so now we're gonna dive right into the figure itself. All right, here we go. All right, guys, so here we have the figure in all of its glory. Again, guys, first impression, really well done. I like how Hot Toys did all the detail on the suit, all the different patterns, all of these silver on the side. Everything else is so well done on its suit, guys. It's like unbelievable how good this suit is. I would say if you're gonna get any Black Panther figure for your MCU display, I think this, in my opinion, is the definitive suit. Number one is because it was the best Black Panther movie ever made. It was the one where shows the story of T'Challa, how he became the Black Panther, and overall it's just also an amazing character and actor that we lost too soon again. But yeah, guys, I would say this will be, in my opinion, the definitive Black Panther suit for your Hot Toys MCU collection. Now, he can go with any of your display. It doesn't matter if it's Age of Ultron or Civil War. I mean, he just works. I mean, yes, he wasn't technically in Age of Ultron, but I mean, I know he was, but he wasn't like actually fighting in the movie. I don't think he was. But again, he was actually Age of Ultron. My bad. Memory serves him right. He was in the movie, but I don't think his suit appeared. Correct me, guys, if I'm wrong in the comment section below. But yeah, guys, overall, this suit, like, let's just look at all the detail patterns on the back of the suit, like the helmet itself here, you guys can see, like, it's so well detailed. Like, I just love what Hot Toys did with the suit. The body proportion, the traps, the Wakanda necklace here looks really well done. Now, do be careful with this, guys, because it is kind of like not screen printed, but like it's just there. So when you do move your figure, display him, do be careful not to touch this part too much, because it looks like it's just kind of like glued on there. But overall, guys, neck proportion, body proportion, the height, I mean, this guy is total badass. The mask itself, it's also really well done. I mean, just look at that, guys. Like, it's so well done. This is so cool. I love this figure. Obviously, guys, Wakanda Forever. I'm gonna display him in my display probably without the mask on. I know, sue me, right? Like, I think I'm gonna display him with the hands up across his chest with the mask off with the Chadwick Boseman head sculpt, doing the Wakanda Forever scene. So there you guys go. And then toe articulation wise is really well done. Now again, this is always kind of been Hot Toys' kind of like I don't know how you say Achilles heel. So the suit looks well, like it hugs the body really well, that the pecs, the muscle definition on the body looks well. But at the ankle, as you guys see here, over time, if you don't kind of like, careful with how you pose your figure, especially figures like the Spider-Man, all of them that has these like all one-piece suit on the figure itself, it bunches up, right? And it can also tear and also, just damage your suit over time. So when you are posing him, do be careful with this part here because it does bunch up the suit itself, which you guys can already see it's already doing it. But I don't want to like mess it with too much. I mean, there is a gap here within the toe or the foot articulation. But yeah, that's just kind of a Hot Toys' Achilles heels. Hopefully in the future they do come up with a better design, I guess you can say. But with that being said, you can't. It's kind of hard to do if you're gonna have toe articulation or foot articulation at the bottom there, especially with these one-piece suits. But yeah, guys, and then the silver touches on the side. There's different shades of black too. Yes, I know the suit looks a little bit more shiny, as you guys can see. Like, I want to zoom up here. Like, it's a little bit more shiny, right? And when it hits the light, I think that's the purpose. I think it's supposed to be a little bit more reflective, because it's all a black suit, right? There's really not much going on here color wise because it's just literally just black and silver, right? But there's a lot of pattern work on the suit, like even from the legs down. Like, dude, guys, he did not miss leg day. Look at the proportion of this thigh to the body. Like, that's really well done. And you can see here, even on the back of the suit, you can see all these different like pattern weaving into the mesh of the suit itself. Obviously, the suit's made of vibranium, so he can absorb all the energy and then releases back out to, his opponents, right? So the head sculpt itself, though, guys, like that's really well done. Like, I would say this is probably one of the best Black Panther mask head sculpts I've seen on a figure. Even the statues ones I've seen in the past from like other companies who made, like, it wasn't as good, but I think Hot Toys nailed it in a 1/6 scale form here. So you see it, there's like the mesh on the eyes itself, the definition between the nose and the mouth. I think the shorter it is, from the side profile, like the more badass it looks. But yeah, guys, like this figure, like I gotta say, it's gonna definitely create a presence on your shelf for sure. And I know there's a lot of Black Panther fans out there, so if you do have this in your collection already, congrats, guys, because again, he sold out already. So if you do find them, I say get them, because I don't think Hot Toys is going to make another Black Panther figure anytime soon, because with the passing of Chadwick Boseman and the continuity of the MCU, I think it's done, because I now think their major focus is going to be all on mutants and X-Men. Hence why Beast shows up at the end of the Marvels. Spoiler alert. But yeah, guys. So there you go. Black Panther suit original. So now we're going to dive right into some poses. So I want to start with the first pose. All right, guys? Let's dive right into it. All right, guys. So here's the first pose for the video. And this is kind of very dynamic. And I kind of like this pose. So here we have him just doing the battle stance where he's ready to, obviously defend Wakanda. I just have his a little bit of his toe articulation there, a little bit up. So I do mention, the toes are also ratcheted. The legs you can extend and pull down just like as you would with the Iron Man figures. So I think that's pretty cool. That Hot Toys is doing this for other figures as well, not just the Iron Man. So Hot Toys, keep doing it. If you can do the leg extension for some of your or more of your other figures in the future, that's great, because I think that gives the figure more articulation, especially for someone like Black Panther. He's very, you know, articulate. He's like a Spider-Man figure, or he's like a a character that can like move very fluently within his suit. So I think they kind of did that with this one here as well. So that's also amazing. I like how hottoys did that, because you know, Black Panther doesn't fight with weapons, right? He fights with his hands, and obviously he uses his vibranium suit. So in that aspect, it does make sense. So kind of extended his right arm a little bit with the claws out. I used the clawed hands. And obviously this one right here, kind of just like a little, you know, like already about to, like, you know, use his vibranium claws to tear into, you know, the enemy in front of him. So yeah, guys, first pose of video, I think it's very well done. Also have his head kind of like looking down a little bit. So you look from this angle, like that's pretty you know, badass there in my opinion. So yeah, guys, first pose of video. I think this is really well done, but again, I don't think it's gonna fit in that space there if I do this dynamic pose, because you know, I do need a space. So most likely what I'm gonna end up doing is that I have him do the Wakanda Forever pose, and then later on I might, you know, move him to a different pose. But that's how I'm gonna have him display for a while, and then, you know, we'll see how that goes when I do decide to change up the you know, pose for the Black Panther suit later on. But yeah, guys, first pose. Like here, see how the suit creases? So obviously you can tell this is where the joint is for both the legs. So you do get some creases. I know for some of those who doesn't want to crease the suit, or they don't want to, like, say, damage the suit over time. Again, guys, don't pose your figures for long periods of time in dynamic poses. This is one good example. I mean, this is not even that dynamic. I've seen some people where you can push your suit to its limit. Hottoys does do it with their figures, or whenever Hottoys releases blogger photos, the photographer or the poser does push the figure itself to its limit, but it looks cool. But again, you know, over time it will damage your suit. Now, I just do want to mention, this is not screen printed on. So this is actually like a different type of fabric that they use that already has, like, you know, like these kind of like mesh woven patterns already on the suit itself. So it's not screen printed, which is good, because as you all know, over time, suits like this, or the ones I made of pleather, will flake. But, you know, I live in a very non-humid climate, so, you know, for me, I'm kind of like, you know, benefit of the doubt, I guess you guys can say. But yeah, here you go. First pose of the video. I think it's well done. Now let's dive right into the second pose. Here we go. Alright, guys, so here's the second pose for the video. And for this one, I just kind of have him in like a very museum pose. Now, he's just, you know, holding his helmet, obviously, with his right hand by his side. And obviously this time I'm going to use the base and the crotch grabber to show you guys actually how it will look if you guys do decide to use the base. Obviously I am going to be using the base. I think the base is really nice. So obviously it may just make sense to use the base, and obviously it just better support for the figure so it doesn't topple over your shelf or your display cases. So yeah, so for those who don't want to do a very dynamic pose on the Black Panther figure and ruin the suit, I think this is like a really perfect example of how most people will want to kind of like do a museum pose with their figures, especially figures that come with these kind of like a one-piece suit, like the Spider-Man figures, the Black Panther figures. Only figure that really has kind of like this kind of design, right? There's not like real fabric for their figures. But yeah, this is a very simple museum pose, aside from like this right here. So over time, you may want to check on this, because the elbow there on the left side is bent a little, and it is kind of creasing the suit, but not too much. Everything else on the suit looks fine, but like other than that, like that's what's gonna look like. But yeah, guys, this Chadwick Boseman head sculpt, guys, I think it's a banger in my opinion. I don't know, some people's gonna say, you know, it's not like a perfect 10 out of 10. But, you know, when you compare it to an old one, which I don't have it to compare it to, but what I've seen and heard that some people say, like, the proportions are a little bit better. The eyes are wider. The cheeks are wider. The beard is, you know, overhauled. He has more facial hair around the side. There's more skin texture. Even the hair on his head is a little bit more wide. Like, just the whole sculpt overall is a bit wider than the original one. Now, I know the original one's a little bit more thinner, so if you put the head sculpt on this one, it's going a little bit off because, body proportion wise, it's not going to look, proportion to the body. You can use it, but me personally, I'm just not going to do that with this one. So here you guys go. Second pose for the Black Panther figure here. So right now we're gonna move on to the last pose of the video. All right, guys. All right, let's jump right into it. All right, guys. So here's the last pose for the video. Now, obviously, I did the traditional, very famous Wakanda Forever pose where he does this, and then obviously the vibranium mask just comes on. So yeah, here we go, guys. This is the final pose. Very museum pose, but the arms here, they are kind of like bent. So over long periods of time, if you're afraid of the suit creasing or kind of like damage, I do recommend that you kind of like loosen arms a little bit, and then you can redo this pose again or change to a different pose. I'm gonna leave this pose for a while, and then I'm gonna obviously change it again. But right now, due to space-wise, I think he's going to go right there beside Cap and, Doctor Strange right there. So he's going to be a little bit forward. So, yeah. So my, Infinity War and Endgame display will be actually finally be complete. Yes, I don't collect lines. I only collect certain characters I do love from the MCU. So that's what I'm going to do. So Black Panther's going to go right there. But yeah, guys, look at that head sculpt again. So a very simple pose, like body not too much, feet I just kind of like, moved a little bit, extend the left leg a little bit forward. But other than that, it's just the famous Wakanda Forever pose before the vibranium helmet comes. So I'm going to leave the helmet there. I think that looks cool. On the base itself, kind of like a proximity piece. But other than that, guys, yeah, final pose for the video. So yeah, again, guys, if you guys do like the content I'm creating, please like and subscribe to this channel for more 1/6 scale Hot Toys unboxing and reviews. Next week, I don't know what figure I'm going to do. I think it's more likely going to be the War Machine for Iron Man 2. Or maybe I want to do the Baby Groot. I don't know, from the new I Am Groot series on disneyplus. But again, guys, if you guys are interested in this figure, I did get this one from Sideshow. So I will leave a referral link down below in the description. But yeah, guys, here you go. The definitive Black Panther suit, guys, from the original Black Panther movie. So again, it's one other, R.IP to Chadwick Boseman. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Wakanda Forever.